Good evening, Eric and Alona here with your evening news, and we're going to start off tonight with some breaking news. This is coming from the west side of town where we have been following a SWAT situation with hostages in southwest Houston. Police say this all started with a Crime Stoppers tip which directed police to a motel.
We also know that police say a man inside the room threatened to kill two women who were inside with him as well. Hostage negotiators managed to calm him down and he agreed to release the women, ended up later turning himself in as well. He was also wanted on a robbery and other felony charges.
All right, so we're keeping an eye on that story. We're also following some more breaking news. There has been an arrest in a postal worker's shooting. That postal worker was shot near Spring Branch, and we talked about this story quite a bit right when it happened. 24-year-old Matthew Williams has been arrested in this case.
Yeah, we're also hearing from police. They believe the suspect was involved in a separate incident also on the day of the shooting. The victim we're talking about here is a 30-year-old Adrian Jackson, still in the hospital, we're told, in critical condition.
All right, also following a very sad story in our newscast today, a beloved grandmother was shot and killed in Houston just last night.
And police are still looking for the person who killed Owena McHenry in her own bed. ABC13's Jessica Willie has more.
Houston police believe 78-year-old Owena McHenry was murdered during a 5.5-hour window sometime between 5 and 10:30 last night. They say they have no suspects right now. McHenry lived here in the home behind me for decades and reported a separate shooting just hours before her death.
It's very shocking to us. It's like it's not believable. It's just really not. It's not enough to wake up and know that Miss Owena is not there.
The news of Owena McHenry's murder sent shockwaves and grief through her neighborhood.
She was a beautiful person, and it just really hurt me to know that somebody did something to her like that.
According to Houston police, she was killed in her bedroom by a single gunshot to her head, discovered late last night when her daughter and grandson went to check on her. It was the second shooting at her house on Flamingo that day.
He told me that somebody had shot through her window. And I jumped straight up. I said, "Shot? What shot?" She said, "Somebody shot through my window." And she said, "If I would have been laying on that side where I usually lay, I would be dead right now."
Police say McHenry reported 7 gunshots through her bedroom window as people were ringing in the new year. They now believe the same person returned to kill her.
What we do know is that nothing in the house was looted or stolen or robbed from this time, so it does look to be like someone directly wanted to kill her. For whatever reason, we do not know at this time.
Neighbors say McHenry was friendly and a fixture on this block for 50 years. Cheryl Godfrey talked to her every day.
The truth can prevail itself. If it was a kinfolk, it was a setup or whatever it was, it's going to come out. That's right. Because she never bothered anybody.
And police are asking neighbors to check their surveillance cameras for any suspicious activity. Also, anyone with information is urged to call HPD or Crime Stoppers. Reporting from Southeast Houston, Jessica Willie, ABC13 Eyewitness News.
And we're still following that celebratory gunfire investigation. We know the grandmother in this one, Philippa Ashford, was killed during a New Year's Eve celebration.
Yes, so we've been asking a lot of questions about how they solve cases like this, and we are learning about how ATF and other agencies use ballistics to solve these crimes. Our own Marla Carter has more.
Shell casings can provide crucial information in investigations. We got a behind-the-scenes look at how they can help from the ATF.
It does have a bit of a downward trajectory.
Jim Goodman discovered a dent in his truck on New Year's Day. He thinks it's from a bullet fired off on New Year's. He's about half a mile as the crow flies from Philippa Ashford. She was believed to be killed from celebratory gunfire.
The message is really simple. What goes up must come down, and those projectiles are very lethal.
Investigators went block by block looking for the shell casings, which the ATF says can provide crucial information.
One of the challenges about finding or locating shell casings from a celebratory gunshot is how far away was that gunshot. It could be a block away, it could be 4 blocks away.
While the search continues, if the shell casing is found, the ATF says it can be put into this machine, which takes 3D images of the casing. That's important because each shell casing is unique, like a fingerprint. The images are put into a database called the National Integrated Ballistics Information Network, or NIBIN.
So if a shell casing was recovered, that shell casing would be imaged and put in the database, and that would tell us if that firearm that was shot was used in any other crimes prior to that date.
Also, the data can be helpful if the gun is used in a future crime. Last year, the NIBIN database helped close 158 shooting investigations in the greater Houston area. Now law enforcement just hopes this case is a lesson to others.
It is just absolutely irresponsible for people to shoot guns in the air.
Marla Carter, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, let's talk about your weather now, because I think we're all ready for this rain and fog to move out of here.
Yeah, let's check in now with our chief meteorologist, Travis Herzog, to see what we can expect.
Prepare for another foggy morning drive on Friday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog with your 1-minute weather. Here's a look at our fogcast. 6 a.m. widespread dense fog throughout southeast Texas. But look what happens out to our west as we head towards 9. The visibility suddenly improves to perfect conditions. Why? A front with drier air is blowing in. That front should reach Houston by noontime. And so we're looking at improved visibility and sunshine sneaking in for the afternoon. Temperatures will climb out of the mid-50s and into the mid-60s. And there is a 20% chance of a lingering morning shower. So we're looking at highs getting close to 70 off to the east of Houston from Winnie to Beaumont. Off to the northwest, the low to mid 60s with a northwest wind at 15 to 25 miles per hour. As that front continues to push through, the air will continue to dry out. Sets the stage for some colder temperatures on Saturday morning with lows down around 40 degrees. Beautiful sunshine for both days of the weekend. High of 65 Saturday, 70 on Sunday, mild again Monday, and then our next cold front arrives on Tuesday. That leads to patchy frost by Wednesday morning. Then about a week from now, we're looking at more widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. I hope you enjoy your Friday, and we'll keep watching the weather for you.
Travis, thank you. Now, today was Inauguration Day here for the city of Houston, and actually a record number of women are now on city council.
Yeah, ABC13's Shelley Childers has more.
I, Sylvester Turner.
Elected for a second term,
So help me God.
Mayor Sylvester Turner gave a 23-minute speech that began by addressing improvements to the solid waste department, where employees, he says, were driving trucks from 2006.
Now, come March of this year, we will have replaced 50% of the entire frontline fleet.
He touched on employment.
Janitors, security guards, and airport employees with the airlines are making more now than 4 years ago, with my goal of getting them to $15 an hour.
And the Hire Houston Youth Program that began with just 450 summer jobs for teens.
The goal this coming summer is 15,000 of our students working, with job opportunities for some students during the entire school year.
He set serious goals for improving neighborhood roads.
I have instructed Public Works to present to me within 60 days a systematic plan that identifies those streets that need to be seriously rehabilitated, a potential funding source, and an estimated timeline for work to commence.
And tackling Houston's homelessness, where he says nearly 4,000 people live on the streets. Turner wants to raise $50 million from the private sector over the next 2 years to create programs and housing.
It will be the city's goal to reduce the homeless population to 3,500 or less by the end of the year, and under 3,000 by December 2021.
He touched on flooding and the serious backlog of Harvey victims in need of help.
We are doubling the number of stormwater projects in every city council district.
But the only standing ovation during his speech came after acknowledging the historic number of women now on city council,
including the record number of women who will be serving in leading positions.
8 took the oath of office today. The 9th will be decided during a special runoff election in May. Reporting, Shelley Childers, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, let's also get to some really good news right now. The Pearland High School Marching Band has returned home from that big trip they had in the Rose Bowl.
Yes, this is them making their victorious and triumphant return here to Houston. Here they were marching in the Rose Bowl parade on New Year's Day. They were the only Texas high school to be asked to perform, and there on that incredible day, a lot of their family members saying this was on everyone's bucket list. So they were able to come back home and be congratulated by friends and family.
Representing the Houston area very well. And that's going to do it for our news here, and we hope you join us tonight at 10 on ABC 13.